So this is going to be a little bit different of a video from me than your typical Minecraft video. So the update 1.16.100 has come out, and it is very, very unstable and buggy, and we collectively as a group have decided to just kind of hold up on updating the server. Now someone did come in Discord telling everybody to make sure that your auto updates were off on your computer, and I thought I had turned those off a long time ago, and apparently I was wrong. Now thankfully, Mr. Foxy No Tail has a version switcher, which you guys can see I did download, and we have changed our version back to 1.16.40. Now when I did that, I had to delete Minecraft, and I did not back up my resource pack. So since I'm going to have to redo my resource pack, I figured, let's make a video on how I went through the struggles of figuring it out, and we can go through a very, very easy texture change. So the first thing that you can do is Google how to make your own Minecraft Bedrock resource pack. There's this Gamepedia.com website right here, and if you click on this, it has a step-by-step tutorial in Word form of how to do this whole tutorial. Very simple thing. Does not look like my computer wants to load it right now. So that's a thing. Quick little refresh of the page, and we'll get these ads out of the way. God, those are annoying, but it shows you all this stuff, and this is kind of what I went through to create my pack. Finding our development resource pack, UUIDs, creating the manifest, writing the manifest, testing our pack, coming down through here. Now, there's a example pack right here that you can download, and that is what I did. So if you click on this, it'll take you to the vanilla resource pack, and basically I downloaded that, and that's how we're going to work. So to find your development resource pack, first you need to come into your C drive, go to users, go to whatever your username is, and you're going to want to turn on view hidden items right here. So you can find this folder right here, the app data. We'll go into local. We'll come all the way down to packages. And then what we are looking for is a very sneaky file right here, Microsoft.Minecraft UWP, and this is where everything Minecraft related is going to be. We'll go into local state, games, com.mojang, and here is all of your files, and there is your development resource pack. Now inside of here I created a new folder called the Zap resource pack, and then in here I have downloaded the whole vanilla resource pack. Now one thing that I had to do is I had to change the manifest. So in the description and the name and the description down here, I changed it to the name of my pack. In the min engine version, I changed this back to 1.16.40 because it would not load up. And then I had to get these UUIDs here. And it tells you in this step-by-step tutorial about the UUIDs right here and where you can get them. There's an online generator, which I have up here. You need to make sure that you're using the version 4 random generator. You generate a UUID, you copy it, you come over into your folder or into your manifest here, you delete this one out, you put the new one in, you do it again for this one. They have to be two different ones. Once you have that, you can save your manifest and close it out. Now you are going to have to download this notepad. I think this is the Notepad Plus. And you can find that online pretty easy. But what this has done now is if we go into our texture folder and we go into blocks, I can see my stuff as images here, but you can see we have every block that there is in Minecraft. Some of these aren't showing up. They're wanting to load with GIMP. We can change that to whatever we want to. But now I'm going to go through here and we're going to change a texture real quick, which is pretty easy. so that we can get back to where we were at before. And this is going to take a little bit of time. So we'll start with the black glass because it's going to be the easiest one. Now you don't want to just hit open. I want to open this with Paint 3D. Paint 3D is a better program. In this little tutorial here, they tell you to use like GIMP or something like that. They tell you also you have to use some other folder. Let me close this out. Notepad++ is what I have. I downloaded GIMP, and then I also have this other program that it told me to get. And I cannot remember what it is, but it's supposed to be like this right here, Pixelin image converter, so that you can convert images over. You don't have to do that. In my downloads file, I downloaded a piece of red nether brick for my pack icon. It was not a PNG file, so I opened it with just a normal program. I think I opened it with Paint, and then I saved it as a PNG file, and that was the end of that. So, with that being said, we're going to take our little shortcut that we've created to get to our folder. When you're in your resource pack, you can just simply click and drag this over to your desktop, and that'll give you a nice little shortcut instead of going through the motions of finding this. Now, what I should have done right here in my resource pack before I did the version switcher and all that stuff is I should have saved this in a second folder so that I could easily get to it. So now in Paint 3D, we have the black glass pulled up, right? We can use the scroll wheel to zoom in, and this is what all of your glass looks like. So, to start, you're going to want to take your eraser and turn this down to 1 pixel. You're going to want to delete the border, or this is what I'm doing anyway, deleting the border. Going all the way around. We're going to delete this pixel, this pixel, this pixel, this pixel, and this pixel. Now, this guy right here is the pixel pin. We can go down to 1 pixel. We're going to use a custom color, and we click on this dropper right here. That is going to give us this same color. Now, if we were to sit here and draw this in, it's going to be very dark. So what you want to do is go down here to your opacity, and we want to change that to 40%. And now, the opacity should be the same as the actual glass. And this took a little bit of fiddling around for me with the different opacities, figuring out which one works. And there is our new glass texture. So all we have to do is hit menu, we have to hit save, we can exit out of this. If we were to load up Minecraft and go into a world, we would be able to load it up. Now in settings here, our pack showed up in this little stream of things. This was my pack originally, and it said that the error was I had this at a later version than the game that I'm running now. Now, of course, my resource pack is working very well, and we have a nice little pack icon. I don't have a world that I can load up to show you guys because all of my worlds, I didn't back them up. I didn't really worry about them. One was just kind of a testing world, but we would have a new glass texture. So I'm going to go through all of the different glass textures and stuff to do this. One thing to note, and we're going to do it real quick on camera. So I'm going to go through all the glasses. I'm going to go through all of the glass panes and do exactly what I did before. And then we're going to turn, we have like the grass side carried, we have the grass path block, we have the grass path side. I'll show you guys how we're going to change those soon, but this guy right here, the red glass, is the weird oddball in this whole texture. So we will go ahead and edit this one together. And same thing, we'll delete these, we'll undo what we just did because I could have sworn I turned that down. We'll delete the border, like so. So you can see that the border is darker than the streaks, which is different than most glasses. And if we come over here and we get the dropper to steal this color, we actually have to turn the opacity down to 50% for this to match up. If we were to go down to 40% like all the rest of them, you can see that that is a very, very slight difference in color there. And it is just a weird thing, and I don't know why, but red is the only color that actually does a different opacity value. Now, we could change it completely. We could even make it a darker red, anything like that. You can do anything you want with these, really. But I like what I did with my glass textures, so we're going to do that with all of these. And I'm going to run through all of these, and then I'm going to show you how I changed the, let's see, the grass, the terracotta, not the terracotta, the path block, the mycelium, we changed the nylium, things like that, because the nylium and stuff is not in this part of our folder. So, when you first download this right here, you're going to have this manifest file. And as I said, you're going to change your name, you're going to change your UUIDs, and then depending on your version of Minecraft you're playing. I think I've covered everything pretty well. This tutorial right here does spell it out very, very well, and there are a couple of videos that can help you get through this a lot easier than what I've told you. I just wanted to kind of run through it. I thought it would be fun. So let me run through changing all of these different blocks, and we'll be back momentarily. Now that took a little bit more time than it should have to go through all of the different glass panes and the glass pane tops. One thing that I didn't note in kind of the last clip was there is an easier way than deleting the border of the glass and deleting the streaks out of there. And I found that as I went through this whole process. So we've already changed this, but what you could do is you could take your dropper, snake the color here, you could go into your eraser, erase the whole thing, go into any pixel pin, set this down to 40% opacity, click it anywhere you want to, one left click, we're done. Now, I'm not going to save my stuff here because obviously, but the next thing that we want to do is change up some of our other blocks. So we have this guy right here, the grass side carried. You have the grass path top, the grass path side, grass carried. And we are looking for this guy right here. We'll start with the grass path because we're going to do it for all of them. So what I like to do is I will right click on this. We will hit copy. We'll go ahead and minimize this guy down and move it over to the side. We will come out here and hit paste. So now we have the grass path top up here and we have it down here. So you can see right here, grass path side. We're going to change this one right here. Just going to rename it. So we're going to delete the top and then hit side. Enter. Now we'll drag it into here. And it will say the designation already has a file named grass path side PNG. Replace the file. It will go ahead and replace it. It puts it all the way down here, which is kind of weird. But we now have a path block that is going to be completely sided all the way around. And that's how we are getting the connected textures. It's a lot easier than going through and trying to change the texture manually. And I want to go into this little tester world that I have created. And this is going to be really loud because I haven't reset these settings. So let's just turn that down. And once this loads up, we had to create a new world. I didn't back up any of my worlds. I wasn't too worried about keeping them. I'll show you guys what's going on. If this ever loads. And then we loaded up a new world, and it's kind of weird. And I don't know if it's because it wants to load.
1.16.40 is what we're loading it in, but it wants to load 1.16.100 because I saw this as a problem in those new worlds. So loading up the world sometimes takes a little bit with these new textures, but hopefully we can get this soon. And I just punched my mic, so that's how I do things. Maybe it's not going to. Anytime now would be great. Thank you. So one thing that I was looking at was our glass panes. You see the little red arrows? That is so weird. Anyway, when we connect them on the top like this, we can see this line here. And that is because the opacity of this bottom and this top is at 40%. So this is an 80%, when we look through it. And the only way I could change that would be to change this one to a 20% and this one, and then we wouldn't see this. But the glass itself wouldn't be as dark as it normally is. So we're just going to have to deal with that. When it doesn't have anything on the top of it, it's perfectly fine. So if we look up in here for grass path block, we can now see that the grass path is a connected texture, and it looks really, really nice. So now we're going to go change the grass block, we're going to change the mycelium block, and then I'll bring you guys back in to show you where to find the nylium blocks. Now you guys will see that some of these folders have this icon for opening with a different program. This is the GIMP program. These are TGA files, whereas these are PNG files. So it wants to open with a different program, and that's how our grass side was. If we can actually get down to where it is, you can see now that the grass side, it's somewhere right here, is now looking like the grass top. And all I did was take the TGA file, delete it, and then pulled this one in after I renamed it from this one, and it is very, very easy. Now, something very interesting in the blocks folder is this huge fungus. This is where all of the new warped and crimson wood types are and blocks. Unfortunately, the nylium is not. It is all the way in alphabetical order down at the bottom. So I thought it was in the other folder with the rest of the crimson and warped blocks, but it turns out I was wrong. It's right here, as we can see, warped nylium side, and then the crimson will obviously be up a little bit higher. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to change these two textures, and that is almost everything that I want to change. The last little thing that we're going to do is going to take us a little while, and that is our Totem of Undying. So let me get to it. Now inside this folder, when you guys create this and download all of the textures, it has everything in it. You have animations, you have entities, you can go in here and change all of that stuff, how they act. There's particles. If we go into not the text, the textures file, we have, the entities where you can actually change what they look like are right here. They have the different things. One thing that I was messing around with was the miscellaneous. This is the enchanted item Glint. I'm not sure what this guy is right here. I don't remember. But anyway, there was some interesting things in here, like the particle effects. This is a pretty cool thing. If we pop this open, we can see all of the different particles if we were to zoom in for all of the different things. I thought that was kind of neat, so it's cool to look through all of these different items. Now, I have two things open here. We have the original Totem of Undying, and then I have my totem that I made early on here. And the reason I have this in Paint 3D, or this in Paint, is because we can actually do a color match. We can sit here and hit the dropper, and then if we... How do we do this? Color picker. Yeah, this will pick our color. We want this color. Show. Aha, edit color. So this tells us right here the hue, the saturation, the RGB, and these numbers are critical. I will actually go over here to my notepad, and for the top of the head, we're going to go 184, we're going to go 109, and we're going to go 21. So then I click out of this, and I come back over here. Now this thing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 pixels wide with nothing on the sides. So we can come in here and look at our 16 by 16 canvas and go, okay, this guy is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It actually comes down 15 blocks. So we want to know that. We want to touch this bottom line. This top line is going to be open. So it's a lot of this back and forth and counting. You know, we need 8 blocks on the head. So we'll come back over here. This one is only 6. We will go ahead and hit custom color. Just custom. I believe there is a way. Let's go into here. Thickness, opacity is 100%. If we add a color in here, here's the red, so we can go 184. For the green, we can go 109. For the blue, we can go 21. And if we click off of that, that gives us the brown. Now we can hit OK. We can delete 1 pixel at a time, which is going to be this top portion of the head. Then we can come in here and we can change all of these colors to match. And so that's what this is. This is what I did to get my Totem of Undying, is I went through and changed all of the pixels one by one. So I know that this is one color, this arm is going to be a color, this is going to be the same color, so on and so forth. So once I pick this one color, I can outline everything that I need to. And it's quite a painstaking process, right? So I'm going to do it, though, and we are going to go ahead, and I'm actually probably going to delete the rest of this totem out because I really don't need it now that I have the top portion of my totem taken care of. We're just going to delete all of this. And we're going to start completely over. So I'm glad everybody enjoyed the Blaze totem that we did, because changing it up would be a pain. Luckily, we can snag the colors from here. All we got to do is hit the dropper. It's not a big deal, but that's it. This is basically everything that I did to get a new texture pack. And after I do my totem right here, that should be everything that I wanted done. There was a few other things that I'm going to tweak potentially, and then hopefully soon we'll get to uploading it so you guys can enjoy some connected glass textures. But anyway, one final thing on the texture pack and stuff like that is I had to come back into my texture pack and pretty much delete everything. So when we downloaded the vanilla resource pack, it had all of the new stuff for 1.16.100, and that is why we were getting the little yellow boxes, or in our, what is this thing called? Our hotbar boxes. I did come in and delete everything out of the textures file other than the items and the blocks, and then I deleted everything out of here, out of the main resource pack, other than the pack icon and the manifest that we wrote. So now everything is working very well. You can see that we don't have any more of the little yellow triangles in here, and we have completed our texture pack. All of our glasses are changed. If we look in here under the glass, you can see barely all of the connected textures, and in upcoming videos or in videos you've already seen that we will see our connected glass, and it looks really, really nice. Obviously, the glass, I think I've said this before, we left this with a little bit of a border because it's very hard to see through. We made take this border and change it a little bit, but the defined border just makes it to where we can see it. And we did change all of the nylium blocks so that they are connected. We changed the mycelium, the grass path, and the grass block. The only thing that I did not change would have been the snow grass, the snowy covered grass, so if we were ever in a winter biome, but we don't frequent that very often. And we did finish up the Totem of Undying, and that is where I was going to end the episode, with us messing with this texture, but I wanted to show you guys all of the fixes that we figured out. We had to delete everything in our little texture pack, and now it's working. It's working well, and I can get back to recording videos in Bedrock until the time that we change our server. So, if we go into settings, on the start screen here, we can go into global resources and my packs. This is where your pack will be until you activate it. So if we were to deactivate this, you'll see that it drops into my packs. And then we can activate this and it comes to the top here. And this is now our resource pack. I just used the red nether brick block because that's my favorite. And now this will be the head texture pack in the normal worlds. Now, we don't have all of the blocks changed, and so it will default to Minecraft graphics if you don't have the block textures inside your textures folder here. If I were to delete all of these blocks in here, it will default to whatever the normal Minecraft texture is, or if you had a texture pack here where actually I don't have any more texture packs because we deleted our world, but I had some in here. It shows 5, but yeah. I'll have to go into the marketplace and recover those, but we could put those texture packs in, and ours would still override that one unless you change the order of these. So, anyway, with that being said, now that everything is correct and we have all of our files changed up and we have our resource pack working correctly, this was messing with our in one of our videos upcoming, you'll see it was messing with like our beacon status, things that are in the upper right hand corner here, because 1.16.100 added a lot of the new placeholder blocks for the new update that's coming out with the caves and cliffs update. So that is what is fighting the old textures. But yeah, we have everything now. Our texture pack is working well. There's just a couple more tweaks I want to do to it, and then I'm going to zip this file on up and probably upload it to the Discord so everybody else can download it and utilize the glass and the totem and things like that. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. Go down below, hit that like button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you can be notified when videos like this are uploaded. Check the description down below for all of the different ways to follow me, and I will see you guys on the next one.